Hi guys, good morning. This is Dan. Welcome to Engelgeist. For those of you that are new, welcome. For those of you that are returning, welcome back. For those of you that support me over on Patreon, thank you so very much for your subscriptions. They do mean the world to me. This is the daily forecast for all signs. It is originally created for, wow, we're at the end of August already. Tuesday the 31st. My ass has just been dragging in this last part of the month. I'm way behind. Ugh. I don't have any of the tarot scopes done. None of the Patreon stuff done. Okay. This is for Tuesday the 31st of August. It's not solely set for that date. It is also, it's meant for you when you find it, really. So that's the intention of all of my readings. So whenever you watch them is kind of when you're ready for the message. But for those of you that watch regularly, this is a build on the energy that we've been looking at all week. So keep that in mind. I do speak in broad terms. You have to figure out where it fits in your life, if at all. And if not, that's okay. Nothing's wrong or broken. If it doesn't fit, it just means that it's not your reading. Please check out the drop-down menu underneath the video, because in there is stuff I want you to think about in regards to my videos when using them. Information on the decks I use, the artists that I support, the ways to get in touch with me via social media, how to book a private reading, all that stuff is in there. Okay, so if you're interested in any of that, please check that out. If you want to support the channel, which I greatly appreciate, please feel free to leave a question or comment on the video. I do read them all. You can hit that thumbs up button if you like the video. You can also subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell so you get notified when I go live. And that's about it. Let's get into these cards and see what is going on. And our card for the day. Oh, hi, Three of Swords. Wow. That's a definite shift. I mean, it's not like a definite shift in the sense that we did see the Justice card at the beginning of the week, and so Justice underpins this. The Three of Swords indicates heartache, sadness, usually memories of the past haunting us a little bit, or certainly informing our decisions, right? We've been wronged in some way, and it's a hard, with this card, this and the Ten of Swords are two of the most graphic cards of the deck. I don't necessarily like them. The Three of Swords is about being sort of treated wrong or hurt, intentionally harmed, pain of the past, memories of that pain, sort of like informing our decisions or taking action around those memories or that sadness or that wound that we might carry with us, right? Not to say that the wound isn't legitimate or real, but we need to be made aware of it. The reason why I feel like the Three of Swords comes up is it's time to heal. It's time to sort of acknowledge where we've been hurt. And there's this, sometimes I think about the Three of Swords, there might be a tendency to want to like lash out or hurt someone else in the process or take, maybe not revenge, but, get vindication. I don't necessarily know that that's always the right way to be with the Three of Swords, because I don't think that necessarily solves the pain that we carry when it's the Three of Swords. Usually the pain is deep. It's very real. I mean, it's depicted in that heart right there. The beautiful thing about the Three of Swords, if there is anything of beauty in it, is that the heart is still present in the card, which says that, we're not completely defeated as of yet. That no matter what we've been through, we're still stronger than that has happened to us or that we've, experienced. And there's a part of that we need to remember, that as we go through the process of healing the wound or the situation that we've been through, and we get to potentially remove those swords that are in that heart, right? And we're left with this big, strong, beautiful beating heart. That's how I like to view the Three of Swords, right? It is an opportunity to acknowledge where we're at, acknowledge what's, maybe we've been through. I don't even want to say what's been done to us, because that is a bit of sort of like, it almost sounds a bit victim-y. And I don't, I don't think that the Three of Swords is a victim card at all. It's more of a card of acknowledgement. It's a card of oh, sorry, it's time to get up. It's 4:30 in the morning. It's a card of you know, honoring who we are and sort of how we, what we've been through, how we've experience the life that we've been in. Does that make sense? It's sort of like honoring our humanness, our frailties, our emotions. Swords is that element of air, right? It's that element of thought or communication. And so we want to be, aware of what's going on, how we're thinking. Are we focusing too much on the pain of a situation? Are we focusing too much on the past in a situation? That can also be the Three of Swords, right? Are we sort of stuck on, they did this to me? And they very well may have done something to you, right? Whoever they may be for you. But how long do you keep yourself in the memory of that? And how long do you allow that memory to sort of create your reality or inform your decisions moving forward in the present? Now, the Justice card is underneath this. She's also Libran energy, which is also sort of air energy, similar to the Three of Swords. So there is this idea about our thoughts are going to be key. Our perceptions and the truth, the reality of the situation is going to be key and very important in what moves us beyond, say, the heartache or pain that we see in this Three of Swords today. We will ideally find a solution or some sort of validation, liberation, whatever it is that we seek from this Three of Swords, from this sort of disruption, upset, sadness that we're carrying with us. I think that justice will see us through it, whether we're on the right side of the coin or the wrong side, if there is a right or wrong side, right? Depending on which side of that justice card we're on during this. It will hopefully begin to make sense, or we will begin to heal from it, right? It will hold less sort of power or sway over us. It won't be something that drives us as strongly as it maybe has in the past. That's my hope for you as we're looking at this card. Remember the two stones that we had this week? I was thinking about this yesterday. The two stones that we've had this week, one for the whole week is clarity, right? Which, it's really a powerful thing when we have clarity, when we have a really clear perception of where we're at or what's going on in our life and who is in our life and what they're doing and how they're being and what sort of decisions we need to make because of that, right? But then yesterday's stone was strength. And so to me, it speaks to maybe the strength of dealing with some of whatever is going on within our hearts and minds from situations of the past or from those that we love that maybe have caused us sadness or pain, right? There's an opportunity here, though, I do think, to no longer have to run, no longer have to I don't know if accommodate's the right word. What's the word I'm looking for? What is it when you hurt a muscle and you compensate? That's the word. No longer have to compensate for sort of the pains and like how we adapt our life around and behave in certain ways because of the memory of certain pains of the past. I think maybe that might be some of what justice is trying to show us through this Three of Swords, and also the intelligence of yesterday's card, which was the High Priestess, right? She's going to connect us in ways that maybe don't necessarily always make sense, but they're going to be sort of definitely deeply connected to our spirit. So there's something being shown to us here. We have Rest and Reconsider, card number 9. Nines are about completions. The color purple makes me think of the spirit. Resting and reconsidering is also about reflection on whatever this Three of Swords moment is for us, however we hold it in our life, however we allow it to, make the decisions for us. We need to maybe come to terms with this, get in touch with it, begin to remove the knives out of the heart, right? Begin to maybe find compassion or forgiveness, at the very least for ourselves, to let ourselves sort of off this hook And then maybe if whoever, you know, we see as responsible for having, um, you know, having a hand in this harm or this sadness, maybe finding compassion and forgiveness for them too. So let's look at, the interesting thing is I look at the blood dripping from the heart on this card and it drops down into this lotus, which is like sort of a spiritual awakening. It's very interesting there. Let's go to the grounding stone. And the grounding stone, okay, is on the word relax. So relaxing into the moment, not tensing up, not freaking out, not getting too emotional, resting and reconsidering, right? Taking that time to check in with oneself, one's thoughts, one's feelings, one's emotions, even if there's a tinge of pain, if there's a tinge of sadness, hurt, feelings, hurt egos, that sort of a thing. Don't run from it is sort of the feeling that I'm getting with all of this. It's like, don't run from it, sit with it for a minute. Allow it to inform you. Allow it to sort of, you know, remember we have that word clarity underneath all of this. Allow it to sort of tell you a little bit about why it's in your life. You know, why does it hurt so bad? And what does that hurt mean for you, right? Instead of like sort of maybe shifting it to finding the source of blame or the reason why, in that sense, I want you to sort of maybe take ownership from a different perspective, right? Relax into it is what it is, so to speak, and then what you know, what do I need to learn from it? How do I take these swords out, right? How do I, in essence, you know, sometimes these situations can actually make us stronger, more well-rounded people in a weird way. I don't want to make light of anybody's pain, and I'm certainly not, but I'm saying that in some ways it can inform us and it can give us a better sense of our own strength, which is the stone we saw yesterday, our own capability to withstand adversity or challenge. And there's maybe a different way of looking at a situation. I'm not saying we forgive our assailant or the person that harmed us necessarily, or allow for that to happen again. But once it's happened, I sort of feel like what's going on in these cards in this stone is we are the only ones that can sort of fix it. They can't fix it for us, right? No matter what they say or do, it's sort of up to us, if that makes sense. That is your forecast. I hope you enjoyed it. Please hit the thumbs up button and share the video out. Subscribe to the channel, and I look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow. Above all else, if you are feeling emotional today and upset and looking at the past quite a bit, remember to relax and just rest. Be in the moment as much as you possibly can. All right, take care. Bye-bye.